Continuing on the Sam Shepard system, this is video number 4, but we worked our way around to number 5 of the fundamentals. So, Sam, where are we?
All right, we're on number 5. Number 5 is recruiting.
Recruiting.
Growing distribution, which is recruiting, whatever you want to call it, recruiting. For some people, recruiting is a word they don't like to use, but you can't win without it. So whether we're recruiting, we're growing distribution, we're building outlets, everybody's big has distribution. McDonald's is not big because they're the biggest, but they got the most outlets because they're the best. They are the biggest, and they have the most outlets, but not necessarily the best burger. I like Five Guys burger better, but I can find McDonald's a whole lot easier than I can a Five Guys.
Repeat that. I don't think I heard that, Sam.
I said I like Five Guys burgers better, but I eat at McDonald's more because there's more of them. Five Guys on every corner. I'd probably eat Five Guys more.
Yeah, they're spreading.
Businesses, distribution is so important. Now, if you're going to build something big and something huge, something that pays a big 6-figure, 7-figure income, and something that happens outside of you, not just what you're doing. I don't want a business where I spend my entire life at somebody's kitchen table or sitting at my office doing one-on-one. So that means we must recruit. We must grow our distribution.
And say that is a key thing that people need to be clear in their mind. If you want the really big income, you want to become financially independent with the tax structure and the complexions that we have today to deal with, big incomes are going to come from what happens outside of you, right? What you can get going.
My income got much bigger after I got away from the kitchen table than when I was at the kitchen table. When I was at the kitchen table, my income was mainly based upon what I could generate for that night. And for many years in my business, my personal was a big, big part of my business. But once I was able to get distribution in place and get a lot of folks who were as good or better than me, that's the beautiful thing, is that when you build distribution, you can have outlets that are better than you are, and yet you can still override that outlet. That's a beautiful thing. And I look forward to having people that are smarter than me, sharper than me, more gifted than me, more talented than me. So that's a great thing. You don't have to, in corporate America, they will make you get nervous to have people better than you on your team because they're probably going to get your spot. But when we're building a business of distribution, we welcome people better than us, more talented than us. Everybody wins.
Yeah, it's like a college football coach. He can recruit quarterbacks and running backs. They're 10 or 100 times better than he ever was as a quarterback or running back. And it doesn't matter how good he is. It matters how good his players are. And I was always excited about, nobody's good at everything. I was always excited about being able to recruit, build a team, and whatever I was not that great at, I could recruit people who were brilliant at. And then it was just like I was doing it. It was just like right last night, John Fox, coach of the Denver Broncos, was on the sidelines. You had John Elway, Hall of Fame quarterback, retired up in the skybox watching. He's president of operations now. And their boy, their man, their quarterback, Peyton Manning, threw 7 touchdowns down in the field. And that was the same as them doing it. Their guy did it. We did it. And that's a great thing about having a team, isn't it?
Absolutely. And you got to be able to be an effective recruiter. You have to be excited about other people's success. Not just your success, but you need to be spending most of your time cheering for your teammates and how good they are and how good they can be. And so you have to drop your ego to be a big recruiter. Then you drop your ego and it becomes about the team. It becomes about their achievements and what they can do.
And when you're putting this, you got this as one of your 8 keys to success. It's basically the way I'm looking at it, the way you work through this in your mind is once you got the 4 fundamentals down of how you can make yourself effective, then it's a matter of how can you duplicate yourself and how can you keep going. Because you only had 24 hours in the day. We all only had 24 hours in the day where we can use these skills of meeting people, seeing people, making presentations. But when you get into recruiting, you move into unlimited income security because you can recruit unlimited numbers of people. Isn't that right?
Absolutely. I mean, I stay in hotels all over the country. Wherever I go, on every floor, there's a Coke machine, there's a Pepsi machine. But I'm never worried about it. I know on every floor, I don't care what floor they put you on, there's distribution there. And so we got to build that same distribution in our business where you want to have people in your business all over. And it doesn't matter. They don't worry about how many drinks are sold on each floor. They just want to make certain they have distribution on each floor. And maybe the 5th floor sells 100 drinks and the 8th floor sells 2. It doesn't matter. They just want to make certain on every floor there's some distribution. And that's the same thing as we build our business. Some of the people on your team are going to be big. They're going to be like mega stores. They're going to do all kind of sales and marketing and distribution. And other stores going to be more boutique shops. They're going to help a few people, but that's fine because in the big picture, it's about distribution.
And where did you get this into your mind? When did the light bulb go on for this?
In the very beginning, I understood that was going to be important because I knew that I never felt that I was a great salesperson, and I felt like if I was going to talk to people about a business opportunity, it was better to talk to them about a business opportunity than to talk to them about buying a financial product. I just felt like there's very few people who just want to talk about their finances, even though they knew they needed to, but they didn't want to talk about it. I found that everybody was pretty much open to a career change. Everybody was open to working for themselves, being their own boss. So I just found that recruiting was an easier product to me and a more universal product to sell than a financial product. Let me sell the product of hopes, the product of dreams. That was a product that everybody had hopes, everybody had dreams, or you hoped that they did. That was the easier product to sell.
Now, Sam, do you think, one thing we talked about right off the bat is get have a consistent system. You got to do the same things, keep yourself excited about it. Do you think that it gave you an extra energy about getting the fundamentals down and staying excited as you were doing your activity because you had your eye on a bigger prize and becoming a great individual salesman? From the beginning, you had the picture of this is something I'm going to learn and I'm going to use to build a business with.
Well, I wanted to teach it. I knew I needed to be good because if I was going to recruit people, and we'll talk them, right after that, our next point comes to training them. We go from recruiting them to now we got to train them. But I knew I couldn't train them unless I was competent. So it made me pay attention to the mastering the fundamentals of the business so that I could teach. I didn't want to have a flawed copy is doing the training, then every copy gets bad. So I wanted to make sure it was a good, competent, copy for them to train. I had to be the master copy, quote unquote. And I think every leader in his or her business has to be that master copy that they are good to great at everything. All the fundamentals, they're good to great. Some areas are stronger than others, but boy, you better be competent, above competent, if you're going to go out and train other people.
And that allowed you wanted people to copy you, but you wanted to make sure that you were a master copy. I think Jimmy Meyer came up with that idea. You wanted to be a master copy so that what you were copying was something worth copying, right?
Absolutely. I wanted to make certain that if they did the things that I did, the question asked, would they be successful if they did what I did, if they do what I do? If the answer is no, then you got to make some changes to you so that when your people duplicate you, they will be successful.
All right. That's fantastic stuff, Sam. Looking forward to the next one.
Thanks, Larry.